Hello beautiful people, my name is Kira and welcome to Flosstube 4, of Rare Art Stitches. Today is going to be a little bit more chaotic, a little less edited because I just don't have the time, you guys. I am a week late for this Flosstube because it's just been mayhem. If you could see the mess around me, it's driving me crazy. It's fine. But this is going to be a little bit more of a loosey-goosey video today because I don't have it in me to spend a lot of time editing and all that fun stuff. So we're going to get cracking. I hope you are all very, very well. I hope you're having a lovely day or a lovely week, month, whichever. It's been 3 weeks since I last saw you, and there has been a lot of crafting. Not just cross stitch, just crafting in general. It's been a little bit wild around here. We had my sister-in-law, my partner's sister, staying with us for a couple of weeks while her partner is on deployment, or while he was on deployment. So it's been very busy around here. Which was lovely, but we're back to kind of normality now, I guess. And chaos has ensued. So let's get cracking because I don't have long to film this. Oh my goodness, I don't have long to film this. So thank you all for your likes and your comments from the last video. I love reading you guys' comments. Yeah, I love it so much. So for the last 3 weeks, I have done 9,900 stitches exactly. Which is a great number. Nearly 10,000 stitches in 3 weeks is pretty good. It definitely should have been higher, but I'd say for the last, sorry for hitting the microphone, there were 2 days where I did 17 stitches and 100 stitch. Like, I just had a couple of really bad days last week, I'd say. I've just been busy. It's just been really busy. I worked on 9 individual projects. 3 of them were new starts. 3. One of them was a model new start, which I'm very excited about. As usual, all of the links and everything that is mentioned will be down below. The games that I mention, I'll mention them now briefly. I play Whip Go by Jessie Marie Does Stuff, Master Manor by Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and I dabble in I Spy, which is Laura from Stitching by the Shore, Stitching on the Shore, Stitching from the Shore, Stitching by the Shore. I think it's Stitching by the Shore. Why does my brain always like not work as soon as I press record? So yes, lots of things have happened. Let's just get cracking and I can kind of go into it as we do. I'm going to put I'm going to just move this out of the way because God forbid. Okay, so the first thing I worked on, okay, this comes with a backstory. It is, we'll wait for the cat. Cat takes priority. Hello. Thank you for sitting on all my quilting fabrics. The first thing I worked on after I filmed with you guys was Black Forest. Now, if you watched the last episode, hello baby. If you watched the last episode, you will know that I was playing a very close game of Fabric Chicken. This cat really likes to sharpen her claws every time I press record. Let me close my bottle. If I can somehow manage to make this into a succinct video, I will be very shocked. So, as I was saying, preview here of what it is due to look like. This is Black Forest by Owl Forest Embroidery. Hello. So, in the last video, I was getting very anxious and very nervous about running out of fabric space. I knew it would be a tight fit. I didn't realise it would be a no fit. And it is a no fit. I think I put a little insert in in the last video that said, yeah, there was no way it was not going to fit. So, excuse me, kitty. It didn't fit. I took a day off from it. I worked on my next piece, which is One Lifetime. And I switched it, and I thought I need to fix this now while I can, because sorry, there is a needle in it. I'm just going to try and remove that needle really quickly. Hello, do you want to move? Okay, let's just put you back in the thing. Okay, so as I was saying, it wasn't going to fit. I took a day away from it while it was in timeout. A lot of my projects seem to go in timeout. It's quite fun. While I thought about what I wanted to do. I thought about it for a day, and I knew if I didn't go back to it the next day, I was not going to go back to it, period. I hate leaving things in a place of, I don't want to say chaos, but if I leave it in a place of annoyance, it's gonna fester in me, and I can't do that for my own mental health. So I sat for a second, well, not for a second, I sat for a day, and I sat with my partner as well, and we kind of worked out how I could amend it, so to speak. I think I did like I'll put this here, you guys can see this. So obviously I'll show the project in a moment. The top bit, there is a line across here. I'm not sure if you can see this. That will be cut, and then there'll be another motif moved in, and then the trees down below will also be cut. It sucks because I really love this piece and I would really love to stitch the whole piece, but you know, I loved this fabric so much. Speaking of fabric, this is on an 18 count Ada. It was a fabric of the month by Coffee Craft Fabrics. Primarily, I'm stitching this in B5200, and then I'm sprinkling in some DMCs of naturey things. So this is where I got to. So, oh my god, it looks so good, man. It looks so good. Okay, so this was a couple of weeks ago now, so I'm really struggling to remember, but essentially I worked my way up. This is not the top of the piece. It is my new top, but that's okay. And then I think I counted from this mushroom motif. I counted all the way down, and I was about 5 stitches short or something. 5 to 10 stitches short, I think. And the same for the top, I was about 5 to 10 stitches short. I feel like if this serge or if this Zweigart line wasn't there, I may have been able to fit it, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So it doesn't fit in both directions. So it is what it is. Let me tell you some stats. I lost fabric chicken. That is literally in my notes. Do not have room, lost fabric chicken. I went from 15.99% to 20.04%. I put in, since the last video, 1,033 stitches. So it got its whip go completed, which is, for my whip goes, is always 5 days complete. Apologies, nothing is ironed. Again, I did not have time. It looks so wonderful. Doesn't it look so wonderful? I love it so much. So this had its whip go completed, so at that point I was happy. Anyway, I'd worked to the top. I've worked out a new top of it. I've worked out a new bottom of it. I've zhuzhed things around a little bit. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. It is wonderful. It's just gonna be different, and that's absolutely fine by me because I'm a little bit different. So that is that. I'm stitching that 2/1. Did I say that? Yeah, I'm stitching it 2/1, and I'm now at 20.04%. So I got some really good progress on it, I think, from, let me have a look. So in just working on it for whip go, I got, one moment, Black Forest, where are you? I can't see it. Oh, here we go. So before whip go it was at 5.60, and it is now at 20.04, so 15% that I've gone into this project. I love this project. I'm happier now that I've kind of sorted it all out. I wish my fabric was big enough, but that's what I get for not measuring it correctly. So it's my own fault. After that, I was working on my next WIPGO call for March, which was to work on for 5 days, one lifetime, or just like my Lord of the Rings piece is what I call it. This is by Game Over Stitches on Etsy. Preview here of what it will look like. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Ada fabric flare that I've purchased from Lakeside Needlecraft in the colorway Ocean. Using the called for DMC, I'm stitching this 2/1. I started it in November of 2025. Previously, I was at 8.25%. During WIPGO, I put in a whopping 2,758 stitches. So it's gone from 8.25% to 66.88%. I'll put a preview of what it was before, and this is what it is now. Let me fold it. It is so nearly finished, but I got to the end of my 5 days. I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone. And it is from Lord of the Rings. And it is what Arwen says to Aragorn. Isn't that right, Tiny? I'm very nearly finished. I literally just have the bottom border. And then this is done. 2,758 stitches it was a lot. And I'm really, really happy with it. It looks wonderful. It looks so good. And me and my partner love it. It's just lovely. It's just absolutely lovely. It really stands out. At first I was a little bit like concerned about the two-toned words. But it looks so striking. So yeah, just the bottom border to do. And then that is all finished. I may pull this out and just kind of get it done, because I think I've only got about maybe 1,500 stitches left to go on it. We shall see. So that was WIPGO as well. So that was my second call for WIPGO, and that means that I completed the 5 days on that as well. So both WIPGO calls got completed. After my WIPGO, I tend to go to Master Manor. Now, in my Master Manor, I had 2 XP points remain that I'd had already previously. This cat. So I had just come from the hallway. Where's my paper? One moment, let me show you. It's just easier to show you. So I was down in the hallway here, and I was moving into the lounge. Now, if you remember from my last video, every month I put in an extra XP point into the rooms that I have unlocked. So my XP point, the extra XP point for March was in the lounge. So I know that if I completed my lounge piece, or my lounge stitching, I would get an XP point. Now, I rolled, I'm going to put in a video here of what the rolling was. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Today's Thursday, the 12th of March, and we are here for our first Master Manor of the month. Yeah, of the month. I was like, is it the month? Yes, it is the month. So I thought I would vlog kind of the milestone sections. I thought that'd be quite fun. So we were in the downstairs hallway. We've moved our way into the lounge because I do have an extra XP point in here. For those that don't know, for my Master Manor, I spin a wheel for the rooms that I have unlocked, and I put an extra XP there in one of the rooms per month. So this month I spun and it was the lounge. So the lounge is where there is extra XP. So we're heading in there. For the lounge, we are working on my Minecraft. It's Home Sweet Home. I will put a preview in here. The next one, I think the next milestone that I have is to do 30% finish or find one side of the piece. I thought I found it with this home. but there's actually trees that are higher. Anyway, besides the point. So we're going to work on this, see if I get a milestone. So I have my dice at the ready. I have a calculator because maths is not my strong suit. These are just some dice from my D&D. I keep these ones aside specifically for Master Manor, because I don't want to drag around a huge sack of dice anywhere. So let's try to do this one-handed. So that's 360, I think. Ooh, no, that's 90. That's 90. And D20. Oh, this is a lot. Okay, so we do 18. 3 add 18. I'll do it over here on my calculator. 3 plus 18 equals 21 times 90. 1,890 stitches. Oh, I really hope I get a milestone with that. That is a big draw. And then I get an extra XP at the end of it. Woohoo! So that is my first round of Milestone Manor. I'll be back in a day or so, or whenever I finish the milestone, and we'll see where I've ended up. Maybe I'll have hit 30%, maybe I'll have hit the top of the piece. Who knows? Let's find out, but I shall be back in a couple of days. So, as you'll see, I rolled for 90 stitches on the Minecraft piece. 1,890 stitches went into Minecraft. I hit 3 XP points. I got my extra XP because I completed my stitching. I also got an XP point for hitting 30%. I also hit XP from hitting a side of the piece. So, preview here of what it will look like. Ooh, let's put this side so you can see the preview. So, I worked right up in that top, and that big cloud. This big cloud up here. Kind of hard to see it. You can see it very well in real life, so it's just a bit ghosting on camera. This big cloud got me the top of the piece. Up here was the top of the piece, so that is an extra XP point. I also hit 30%, and the extra XP was in the lounge anyway. So I got 3 XP points just from this. So a little bit of information on Minecraft. This is also called Home Sweet Home. By Glitch Stitch AU on Etsy. This is stitched on an 18 count Ada from Chromatic Alchemy, which I believe are no longer in business, in the colour Glacier. I'm using the Cord 4 DMC 2/1, and I started it in January 2024. Prior to working on this for Master Manor, I was at 26.98%, and I'm now at 30.28% for a total of 1,893 stitches completed. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. That cloud looks really fun. And it was really fun to stitch, to be fair. It was just mostly fill-in. There was a lot of counting and then fill-in, and it was wonderful. So that was that Master Manor completed. Very exciting. I have, oops, so sorry. I have 1 XP point needed for me to level up. I'm chasing down the XP. So after Minecraft Home Sweet Home, it was time for, I do not have it here. Oh, it is here. For the Love of Nature. I'm going to put in the video here of me rolling. I did take a quick like vloggy bit of when I rolled it, and I'm so glad I did, because it was a critical, so I'll put that in here. So Minecraft is in the lounge. I'm going back into that hallway to work on For the Love of Nature. I'll put a preview here on the screen of what it will look like. And I'm going to try and get an XP here. My next XP, or my first XP for this piece, is to finish this rain disc. So I'm hoping if I roll high enough, I may be able to work on the reindeer. So let's see. I have my dice here as usual, and I have my calculator here because maths is not fun. Okay, let's do the D20 first. So that rolls, oh, it's a critical hit. So 20 plus 12. Is that a critical hit? Is that a D12? Oh no. Oh, there's something else you have to do for Master Mana if you get crit. I'm not sure if it depends on this though. Let's see. And that is a crit. That is 100. 20 plus 12 is 32. Times 100 is 3,000. Oh, can't do maths. It's 3,200. I believe that's a critical hit. Now, Jessie Marie does layout. Hold. I don't know if I have it printed. No. No. I will have to look up what a critical hit means. So a critical hit is when you roll the max number on every single dice, which I think is actually, the luck of that is crazy. So I roll a 20, it's rolling away now. I roll a 20 here, a 12 here, and a 100 here. So what does that mean? We'll find out. You guys will find out very shortly here what it means. For the love of nature, as you can see, I hit a critical roll. Now, I did have to go away and look up what that meant because I couldn't remember. So I went on to Jessie Marie's PDF that she has, that she's done for the game, Master Mana. When you hit a critical roll on all 3 of your dice, you are to forget about the dice count and work to your next milestone. For me, my nearest milestone was to complete the reindeer. So I'll put a preview here of what it was, or what it will look like, and what it was the last time you saw it. I did complete Mr. Reindeer, and he looks fabulous. Doesn't he look fabulous? So, for the love of nature, this is by Teresa Kogut. Where's my information? So sorry, one moment. For the love of nature, Teresa Kogut. This is stitched on a 28 count cashel linen by Fibre on a Whim in the colourway Parchment. Mostly called for overdyed. I did do a blend of 2 DMCs for the reindeer itself because I wasn't a big fan of the colour that was called for. I'm stitching this 2/2 and I started this in December of 2025. I do not have a percentage on this because it is a paper pattern. Wow, it looks so striking. I keep saying striking. It looks so wonderful. I really want to pull this out now and start working on the rest of it. It's got a lovely house, loads of animals. It's just lovely. I love it so much. So yeah, so that also, because of the critical roll, which is where you hit all the top of each dice, work until milestone. So I got a milestone for this piece as well. So let me just look at my Master Mana sheet. So I got previously in February, I got 2 XP points for working on the Green Library, which was a page finish and hitting 50,000 stitches. I then got 3 XP points for Minecraft, which was the top of the piece, 30%, and the extra XP. And then I've hit The Love of Nature by Teresa Kogut by completing the reindeer, and that was on the 16th of March. So I need 1 more XP. I need 1 more XP. And I don't think I'm getting it for the next Master Mana call. But we'll see. I'm chasing it down. I want to get to level 2. That's the next big thing, is to get to level 2. This is a project bag made by me previously. It was maybe like 6 months ago I completed this. Very rough around the edges. Don't look too closely. Hello, baby. But something I made. Okay. So that was my Master Mana picks thus far. I did roll for my next Master Mana, which is to work on Green Library. I haven't got to it yet. I can't get in the mood to stitch on full coverage at the moment because how busy I am. I haven't got time to just sit and work it out. But that will be 1,350 stitches. I feel like the reason I went into the porch for the Green Library is because there is a milestone there for me to hit, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. We'll just have to wait and see. But 1,350 stitches I need to do on the Green Library, which is fine. So a couple of other things that I worked on that I sprinkled in. These two pieces, I believe I started last Flosstube, maybe in February. So I'll go through these. Let's do this one first because it's got the least progress. So this is Nature Sampler. I'll put a We Love Nature. I call it Nature Sampler. We Love Nature, and this is by Happy Mood Point on Etsy. I'm doing this on a 32 count Jobelin linen that I found in a local charity shop in like a whitey cream. I'm using a mixture of variegated and normal DMCs and overdyes. Stitching this 2/2 started, February 2026. I only added in 214 stitches into this piece as it was an I Spy call. So I've gone from 4.45% to 5.30%, and I was just working on this Quaker here. I'm loving this. I think they're so fun. I really would like to order a couple more overdyes or something to that matter. I really hope this fits on the fabric because halfway is here, but I think it'll be fun. I think it'll just be a little bit off, like less than 2 inches on the margin, but it's fine. This is lovely to stitch on, this 32 count Jobelin, apart from it attracts hair so much. But this is a really peaceful one to work on, as is the next one I'm about to show you, because I have pulled it to work on about 5 or 6 times. I am finding it a very easy stitch. I think mostly because it's on 14 count Ada. I love working on Ada. I don't have enough like 14s and 16 count Adas. I have a lot of 18 counts. But this one, I'm just like, if I look at my planner, I worked on it. So I worked on it once for I Spy, and then the next day, so 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 7 days. And 2 of them days were only like 20 odd stitches, but it's because I knew by the end of the day, I was like, I just need to put in some stitches. I just grabbed this. It was so much easier. So Summer Garden, this is by NARAxStitchPatterns on Etsy. I'm stitching this on a 14 count Ada, and it's fabrics by Crafty Kate that I purchased on Lakeside Needlecraft, I believe. This is in the colorway Sand Dunes. I'm using the Called for DMC 2/1, and I started it in February of 2026. I do need to cut down my fabric. Preview of what it did look like and what it looks like now. Yeah, this was just one that I just kept going with the border. Kept going, and I ate all my vegetables, and the border is now finished. So Summer Garden worked throughout the month from 2.64% to 9.12 for a total of 1,261 stitches completed. Beautiful. I love it. This one gives me really nice vibes. Ooh, watch the needle, Kira. This one, it is one that I can just put a thread into and be happy with my progress. So yeah, those were all the whips. Then I had 3 starts. I told you I was starting one of these, which is this one. So this one, for those who were here for maybe Flosstube number 2, I lost my oldest cat on the 13th of March. 13th of March? 11th of March? No, February, sorry. 11th of March. 11th of February. And to commemorate the 1 month, I wanted to start this pattern. I'll put what it's going to look like here. This is Tabby Cat, and it is by MasonArtMaison on Etsy. I didn't copy it over. 1 moment. MasonArtMaison. I'm stitching this on a 25 count Lugana, and it was a charity shop find. Using all the Called for DMC. I'm stitching this 2/1. Or 2/1 half cross, So yes, on that, let me show you where I'm at. You're not going to be able to see great because it's only small start. So I put in 788 half cross stitches, and it is now at 1.97%. I really enjoyed doing the half crosses, to be honest. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, but I did find, I mean, you can't really tell that it's a half cross and not a full cross. And it went so quick that this was one day where I just did 700, nearly 800 stitches. Lovely. And the reason I'm doing it on half cross, usually I wouldn't do half cross, I would just do full cross. But the reason I'm doing half cross is because I want this done. I want this done on my wall to remind me of the old boy. So that was that one. Started that, loved that. I've only worked on it for the one day, but I will get back to it. Not a problem. Or I'm going to leave that one till last, even though I technically started it before this one. This one I started last night because, once again, it's been a busy time and I couldn't settle on something to stitch on. So I started something. This is called, put up there, Farm Life. Farm Life. It is by Sam X Stitch on Etsy. I'm stitching it on a 28 count even weave, and it is by Fabrics by Crafty Kate in the colour Vintage Gold. I'm using mostly called for DMCs or just whatever I could find in my stash, stitching it 2/2, and I started it last night, which was the 24th of March. I managed to stitch 311 stitches, and it is now at 2.34%. It's wonderful. Look at the garden tools, man. They are two different colours, but they're really quite difficult to see. And then this is the start of a bunny. It's so cute. And obviously I've got Legolas because he is my life and my world, and I love him. So yes, Farm Life by Sam X Stitch. Is that who I said it was? Yeah. It's lovely. It's going to be lovely on this fabric. I did have it down for a 25 count, but when I started stitching on the 25 count, I didn't like it. So yeah, that's that one. Nice and easy peasy. I love it. Obviously, it goes without saying, I love all the projects that I've worked on. Most importantly, however, I was sent a lovely parcel from Maria over at Quarternion Creations. For those that don't know, I do model stitch for Maria. I have done, I think, 2 pieces. This is my 3rd and my 4th. And I'll go more into that later. Now this one I am allowed to show you because Maria has already shown it on Instagram. This one, I believe she has called Paleolithic Venus, I believe. Yes, I don't have any information about it on the stitch count or on what I'm stitching it on. All I know is I'm stitching it with some Weeks Dye Works that she picked. I am beautifully, I have not stopped on this, honestly, since I got it. I got it 5 days ago? End of last week? Maybe Friday? Maybe Thursday? No. Wednesday? I can't remember. I have stitched on this and I've done 1,661 stitches, and this is now at 51.03%. Maria, if you see this, this is coming your way very soon. Oh, it's washing it out quite a lot. It's okay. Hopefully this doesn't flag up on the YouTube. It shouldn't do. Look how wonderful. I wish the colours were showing a little bit better. They're a lot warmer in person. Like the brown skin outline is fantastic. Yes, so I don't know what I'm stitching this on. All I know is I'm using some Weeks Dye Works that Maria sent me, and it's looking so good. My stitches are looking lovely, which is really all I care about, especially because it's not for me. This is the back. Not too bad, not my cleanest, but that's okay. Maria lovingly sent me a big enough fabric that I could stitch this for myself as well, because I mentioned to her before she sent it that my partner really loves this. Really, really loves this. So she sent me enough that I could stitch it twice, which is so lovely. Unbelievably lovely. Oh, I wish my camera was doing it justice. It's okay, baby there. I'm not sure. Anyway, it looks wonderful. I'm obsessed and loving it, and that's why I'm already 50% of the way through, because it's just lovely. I do have the other piece in this bag, but I'm not allowed to show you. It is a secret. Nobody knows. So, the bag that it is kept in, however, this leads me right on to goals and plans. One of the plans that I had set myself, oh, sorry for cracking my fingers. I had 2 goals set for myself for March. Dye fabrics and sew anything. On the 10th of March, I don't know what happened, but I did both of these things in the same day. Because I was just like, okay, I've got to try and do this without disturbing everything. So, using a tutorial by the wonderful Unfinished Stitches, I made 2 project bags. I made this one, and I did it with like their quilting kind of tutorial, and I did it with this vinyl is like glittery, you can see. You can get it from Dunelm over here in the UK. And then I made this one, which is housing my model stitching in, and I just love this fabric. It's got woodland creatures on it, deers and a fox and a hedgehog, and again the same thing is the glittery. So I made 2 project bags, but that's not all. Also, I do just want to say, for somebody who has never really sewn before, up until the last year, 6 months, this tutorial was so easy. So easy. I'm going to make so much more, quite to my partner's dismay, because it means I keep buying fabrics. And then the other goal was to dye fabrics. I looked up, oh, hold on. This was my first attempt. It's not great. Hold on, let me sit up and talk. This was my first attempt. It wasn't great. I will do more, of course. But I used the Dylon, what's it called? Dylon dye, powder dye that we have over here in the UK. And I did one with black and one with olive green. And I dyed some fabrics. So I definitely learnt a lot. Obviously there's kind of like splotches and stuff, but I really don't mind. I think it adds to it. Just dyed some scrap Ada there, and I think these are going to be perfect. There's an Instagram account, I think it's like Gilded Moth Patterns. Every Friday she releases a freebie, which is quite dark and gothic, and I thought these on this little fabric would be perfect. I also did one bigger one as well. I love it. I think it looks really good, actually. That was of the dark. I can't remember if it was the grey or the black. And then I did olive green, which, yeah. I really enjoyed dyeing the fabric. This one didn't go so well, but it's fine. I will, use it for smalls or something. I'm not too worried. It's not going to go to waste. So I dyed fabric and I sewed something, you guys. I did all of the things I needed to do, or I wanted to do, that I set out to do. So they were my 2 goals. Now, let's go through plans really quickly before I go on to haul, because I've got a lot of haul. So, first things first is I want to finish my Venus model for Maria over at Quarternion Creations, and I want to start on the next one. I'm not able to show you the next one. It is a secret. It's a secret model, so I'm not... Excuse me, miss. You are a little hooligan. I won't be able to show you. I may be able to show you a bit of like the corner or something, or the backside. I'm not too sure. We'll see where I get to, but I would really like to finish the first one, the Venus model, and then start on the second model. Hello, welcome in. Don't you touch that, miss. That's not for you. Whipgo has been called. Excuse me. Whipgo has been called. It was literally called this where is this cat going? Okay, whichever. Yeah, it was literally called this morning, so that was really, really fun. So the numbers that were called were 13, which is a free space for some people, not for me, because I'm silly. I'm a silly goose. It was 13, 14, and 6. So for me, I'll show you the pictures here. Is Self-Love Sampler. Work on it for 5 days, of course. All of these are for 5 days worth of stitching. So Self-Love Sampler. We've got Night Walked Down, which is by the Blue Flower, and I cannot wait to get that out. And then Midnight Cat, which is again for 5 days, which is a full coverage. Again, I'm not feeling the full coverage at the moment. That may, as I get a little bit more time over the next day or so, hopefully I have more time over the next day or so, that may change. But, you know, if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. This is stitching, you guys. It's simply a hobby. Now, a haul. I have a fair bit of haul, but it's not necessarily cross-stitch haul. I'm trying to do a no-buy, or a no-buy? Yeah, a no-buy at the moment for a cross-stitch, which is why I'm trying to... Cat is doing things. And I think she just got into a box. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Myself and my beautiful cousin Connor, we went to the NEC in Birmingham, which is not too far. It's about an hour away from me. For the... Sorry, I can hear the cat in the box. For the creative craft show. I'll put a picture in here of... Kitty, what are you doing? She's literally climbed into a box. I've got a unit behind me, a Calyx unit behind me with like the fabric boxes in, and she's climbed into one. It's fine. So yes, we went to the NEC craft show. This is the bag they gave you. Learn more, make more together. It's a lovely colour. Yeah, it was super fun. We had a blast. Spent a lot of money. But I didn't spend any money on cross-stitch. Oh, it was a quilt. It's a quilt. I've just bought a whole set of quilting rulers on Amazon. They're right there. Okay, well, I bought a quilting ruler for quilting fun. One of the main reasons we went there, not one of the main, okay, let me show you this first. This is a embroidery with bead kit that they were selling there, and I just thought this was beautiful. And I've never really done beads apart from like maybe eyes on a cross stitch or something. So I bought that. It was only £12, so how precious. So let me focus my brain. Obviously when we knew we were going there, the one thing I knew I wanted was a quilting kit. I wanted to get a kit because I want to learn how to quilt. I've been watching a lot of tutorials, a lot of videos, apologies for crinkling, on quilting. And it was what I really wanted to do. So my goal when we went there, I said to Connor, listen, the one thing I'm looking for is a kit for quilting. So it has all the fabrics and it has the pattern and stuff like that. And we found a place called So Enchanting. So is an SEW. And we found their booth. And I picked up this kit. It is a pattern by Elizabeth Hartman, and I love her patterns. She's got so many patterns that I do already love. And this is the beehive. Now, the colourway that they've kitted it up with is not the colourway of that's shown in the front. That's shown here. It is different. And that's what I'm really, really excited about. I think I have a picture of it. I'll put in a picture here. Hello, welcome back. So I picked this up. I'm super, super excited. But prior to me wanting to start this, I wanted to do a couple of tester things. So, oh my god, there's stuff everywhere. So, before I go into quilting, there's one last thing I picked up at the craft show that me and Connor picked up was this Lace Guild tatting kit. The woman there, her name was Dora from the Lace Guild. She was so lovely, and she sat with us, it must have been for about half an hour, and was just showing us how you lace. And in this box it comes with the tatting for basic patterns. So it comes with kind of these type things, and a massive booklet of how to do everything. Now, I have given this a go since then. Here's my shuttle. And it came with, I think it came with these two colours. Lovely. And then I went and bought some more, obviously, because I can't help myself. So this like ruby, merlot, a green, an orange and a pink. But these are really small and I don't think they're the right weight. So I did go and buy from my local store just some pearl cotton. I just want to see if it works for tatting. So I have been learning my tatting. I'm trying to find one of the examples that I have done, but I can't see it. So, and I did purchase off of Amazon some extra shuttles as well. Because why not? You know? So that is something that I have dabbled in over the since the crafts show, which was I think 2 weekends ago. And I just haven't had time to delve into it more. Okay, back to quilting. So, like I said, prior to me going into this whole, like going in hard kind of thing, I wanted to do some practice. So, yesterday, I went to a local quilt shop called Tudor Rose Patchwork. I'll put the information on screen for it. Lovely place. The ladies there were so lovely. Oh, here it is. Tudor Rose Patchwork. This what they gave me a thingy for. Hopefully you can see that. So I went to this quilting shop. I have been to this shop once before. So I wanted to go again. I picked up 3 patterns and I kitted up one thing. So the first pattern I picked up, which was a lot simpler, is an embellished 9-patch table runner, which is, I think, quite a bit easier. The lady there actually said after I kitted up something else, she was like, start with this, because she knew I was quite new to quilting. She said, start with this one. So I will start with this. The other 2 I picked up were by this designer called Bev Mayo, 2015. And this is called the Keswick, I think it's called Keswick or Keswick quilt. Beautiful. And the Grasmere quilt. Again by the same designer, Bev Mayo. So I kitted up this one because for some reason in my head it had less colours, which meant it was easier. The lady was like, no, that's not how it works. So in this one, we've got white blocks, blue blocks, and a patterned block. Okay. I wanted to go something different, obviously. Oh, here, I also picked up some Blanc. Did I pick up Blanc? Oh, I meant to pick up B5200. Fine. It won't go to waste. I changed my fabrics to be more pink. So for the background, instead of the blue, I've gone for this pink floral leafy kind of colour. Beautiful. For the white or the, I can't remember which ones I did it for. I got this grey one. It's kind of basically the same as the pink, but in grey. It's not the same, but it's similar. And then for the main colour, or for the pattern, I picked up this beautiful bike motif fabric. And I just thought the pink, the grey, and the bikes would just complement each other so beautifully. So I picked this up together. She cut it all for me in how much I needed, which was so lovely. So that is for this one. However, the woman kind of scared me a little bit because she was like, maybe start with something simpler. So I again thought, oh goodness, okay, maybe I should start with something even more simpler. So I went onto the Fat Quarter Shop website. there are a whole library of free quilting patterns. So this is a really bad printout, but essentially this one is what I'm doing. It's a table runner, and it's called Heartfelt Quilt Along, and I'm doing the table runner version. So this morning, I had today set aside for quilting. I was like, I just want to get into it. I want to get my teeth into it, you know? So I got out all my fabrics, realised I didn't have enough fabric, went to the fabric store, a different fabric store. This one's just a fabric store nearby, and picked up some fabrics. I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm going to show you, I bought this. This is from a fat quarter that I got at Hobbycraft, and it's called Village Fate. So it's strawberries. It is this like village fair. This is like a picnic. And then weirdly enough, more bikes. And this is all part of the same backwater bundle, but then this one I thought matched with it better, so I'm doing this with it. Okay. So, and then I'm doing this as the background fabric, the hearts, and I've got like a light cream for the backing fabric kind of thing, and the wadding, and I went and bought it all. So I've spent some time this morning, I'm going to try and show this to you, cutting things up and ironing them. And now after I have picked up my partner from work in 10 minutes, I get to piece these all together, sew them all together. And this is actually officially like my first sewing quilting project. I'm very excited. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness, there's just so much going on. There's just not enough time in the world for crafting. That's what I've decided. So I really want to get this done. This crafting, the heartfelt table runner I want to get done first, because then I'll feel a little bit more comfortable, and then I can move on to the Kesset quilt, which is, or I might actually do this one first. This one and the Kesset, and then I can finally make my way to the big one. Beehive by Elizabeth Hartman. So that's what I've been doing. It's actually not what I've been doing. I've been so busy that this is the only day that I've got to film to start my quilting project, which I spent some time this morning cutting. There's so much mess around me. I need to now try and edit something out of this and then get it uploaded. I've rambled on. Oh my god. Okay, so that is me all done. I think that's everything. I'm looking around. There is such a mess in this room, but I think we're good. So back to the plans really quickly. So I've got my whip go that I need to do. I need to finish my model stitch and start the next one. Maybe I'll have some quilting whips next time I see you. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm hoping to be back in 2 weeks' time instead of 3 weeks, because there was so much stuff that I needed to show because it was 3 weeks. So I'm hoping I'll be back in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, have the best time that is available to you at the moment. Love each other, love yourself more importantly, and have a wonderful, wonderful 2 weeks, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.